Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I don't know if you've seen this video. It's on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com, but it's nice to see a celebrity go fanboy or fangirl over somebody.
Okay.
And this happened to Jennifer Garner. She was at a restaurant. She was with her buddies celebrating her 50th birthday, which makes me feel old to think that Jennifer Garner just turned 50.
Oh, I'm sure throughout the entire day we'll find ways to make you feel old, BJ.
Oh, thanks, buddy. And she just always seems like she's really young, you know. I mean, and she still looks amazing, but still 50. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. Well, 50 is what, like the new 20, right? Isn't that what they're saying?
Is that what they're saying?
That's what I'm hoping they're saying.
Me too. All right. Well, then what does that make me? Am I like the new 80? What am I?
Definitely.
All right. So Jennifer celebrating her 50th, and during this, she was surprised with a visit from her childhood crush, Donny Osmond, which I don't even know if some people even know who he is.
He did the singing voice of the guy in Mulan.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's about, well, at least you know who he is, Vicky, even though that's, not what he's most famous for.
Joe, do you have any idea? Because Danny's still out till tomorrow.
No idea.
No idea.
Nope.
Oh, my gosh.
Wasn't he famous for being in a singing group with his sister?
Yes.
Donnie and Marie, right?
And they had a variety show, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. I mean, he was the Justin Bieber of his time. I don't know if he was that successful, but I mean, he was like that kind of guy. And then he did a show with his sister, and it was the Donnie and Marie show on TV. But he was as big as anybody could be big.
Oh, they were huge stars.
Yeah. And of
Not
course,
so much these days, though.
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, if she's 50, he's got to be in his 70s. I'm thinking,
no, he's only 64 years old.
He's only 64?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, he looks pretty good himself, actually, in this video. And she, digging on Donnie. He surprised her during her birthday party. Came up behind her, which could be a real scary thing for anybody to do if you don't know they're behind you. So her childhood crush, Donny Osmond, surprising Jennifer Garner on her birthday.
Jennifer! It's your birthday!
Oh, she's taking her shirt. Oh, she's just taking her hoodie off, I think. For a second, I'm like, damn, this guy's still got...
Yeah, he does.
Is she getting naked for him?
He's got moves, this guy. You're right. I mean, if women are just all of a sudden going, it's getting hot in here.
Chicks are still getting topless for Donny Osmond. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And he had a big cake, it looked like, in his hands.
Well, the cake was awesome, man, because it said 13 going on 50. Does everybody know what that means? Okay, good. Based on her film 13 going on 30.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was kind of lost on that one, to be honest with you.
Oh, hey, you were a big fan of that movie?
I don't know if I've seen it.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
It's got Mark Ruffalo in it.
All right then.
Oh, okay.
Elektra and Hulk, of course.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, that's why Steve should be watching it.
Yeah.
It is funny, though, she's being surprised by her childhood crush, but now, she's such a big star that I'm sure he was just like, yeah, any chance to meet Jennifer Garner, I'll take it. It's kind of like the roles were maybe reversed in a sense. She's way more of a big deal than he is.
Yeah, if it had to be, if it was, Missy Schlacker, I don't think he's coming to her birthday party with a cake.
Oh, poor Missy Schlacker.
Yeah. This, what
She's
I mean?
lived a life of disappointment, BJ, Missy Schlacker.
Poor Missy turned 50. Where's Donnie? Donnie's like, I don't know who you are. I'm out.
He's like, I'll do a cameo. Send me $400.
Exactly.
Right.
But if you're Jennifer Garner, I'll be right over with a cake that I'm sure he had no part in making. I wonder if even he knew what the heck that reference was.
I'm sure Jennifer Garner's people, whoever set this all up, just handed him a cake and said, hey, bring this out there and sing one of your songs here.
Yeah. Whatever one of those things you do. Donnie, just go out there and do whatever it is you do. I don't know. So, okay, happy birthday to Jennifer, and happy looking amazing to Donny Osmond. There you go. Everybody looks better than me because he's only a couple years older than me, but he looks a lot younger than I do.
I mean, any chance to crap on you, BJ, I'm going to jump at, but I mean, I got a feeling that this guy's got some surgery done.
Plastique?
Yeah, of the plastique variety.
Oh, you think so?
Oh,
you think
dude,
you think he's been Simonized a couple of times?
Yeah, I don't think that's all natural for Donnie.
Oh,
I could be wrong, but
that's not his hair color, you don't think?
I'm pretty sure I could put a couple dollars down that he's been touched up a little bit.
It's possible it's not even his hair, but I don't know. Yeah, but he's still, you know what? He's still a little bit rock and roll. He really is. And nobody knows what that means, but people at my age.
I was going to say, that's got to be like a lyric or some kind of something, right?
She was a little bit country. He was a little bit rock and roll. That was their big thing when, they did the show together. I'm a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. That was one of their songs together. And the only people that know it are people like me.
Yes.
Who probably are dead and nobody told us. Hey, we got a dude that was awarded $450,000 because he didn't want a birthday party, but his boss surprised him with one anyway, and he was awarded $450,000. Steve will tell you all about this. He's got the Mix Report for you at 17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Beacon Plumbing, Heating, Septic, and Mechanical for giving us the Migs Report today. It's a day for all of us. It's National Dingus Day.
Oh, I love my dingus. Excuse me.
It's also for us because today is International Amateur Radio Day, something that we have perfected.
Yes, that's a fact. Thank you very much.
Maybe you should enjoy some animal crackers because it's National Animal Crackers Day.
Ooh, nice. Oh, okay.
And BJ, I don't know if you want your daughter to hear this, but today is National Transfer Money to Your Daughter's Account Day, which I believe is basically the money that's going to her wedding, right?
It's every day, let's be honest.
What is that? When is transferring stuff into your son's day? Right, Joe?
Oh, yeah. Look at the horrible life he's leading. You're right. I better get right on that.
Poor man's struggling.
I know. Look, he's struggling. He's shuffling. Everybody's struggling. Yes.
Just so you know, that's October 13th.
Oh, good.
All
10
right.
days after my birthday. That's exactly where I wanted to be.
There is one, though. So great.
There is. Yeah.
And why is there such a separation between the two?
So you can save.
That's a good point, yeah.
I mean, honestly, there is, you can gift your kids, like, I think, up to $15,000 a year, I think, or 30. I think that each parent. So I think for tax reasons that maybe those days are important if people want to do that. You don't have to pay any taxes or let the government know anything if you do under 15 or under.
Well, speaking of money, let's talk about this guy who just was awarded $450,000, all because he didn't want a birthday, but his boss threw him one anyway.
Wait, what?
So back in 2019, there's a guy by the name of Kevin. He lives in Kentucky. He asked his then employer, which was a company called Gravity Diagnostics, to not celebrate his birthday because he said he had an anxiety disorder and it would trigger a panic attack.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know why, but if someone said, don't celebrate my birthday, I'd be like, great, that's less stuff for us to do. And I would just honor that wish. But his company ignored him, and they threw a party for him over lunchtime anyway, and he got really upset. He did have a panic attack, and he had to leave to have his lunch in his car. Then his boss confronted him about his reaction. He freaked out again, and then the boss fired him.
Wow. Okay. Then now it makes more sense to me as to why he got the $450.
They said they were a little worried that they thought he might become violent. I guess the company stands by the firing, saying, yeah, Kevin became unstable. We were protecting the employees because we were worried he was going to get violent. To which he says, no, I was just having a panic attack. He sued the company, and the jury just awarded him $450,000, which is $150,000 for lost pay and $300,000 for emotional distress, saying that he suffered an adverse employment action because of his anxiety disability.
I am 100% behind this dude. I'm
going to start saying that now and just freak out on you guys when you bring me cupcakes.
Nobody.
I told you the cupcakes.
Yeah.
I'm freaking out.
Is anybody going to believe you're going to freak out? Because you pretty much go, whatever.
That's a good point.
Yeah. No one's ever going to believe you're going to get violent or that you would even care. And also, nobody would believe that you would turn down cupcakes.
That is the big one right there.
I told you I'm gluten-free. There's gluten in these cupcakes.
Yeah. No one's going to believe that.
No, not
Damn
at all.
it. I guess I'm going to have to get rich somehow, some other way. It's not gonna happen. Is it worth the panic attack to get $450,000?
Yes.
Right?
I mean, look, look, having panic attacks
They
suck.
suck.
You know what it is. I know what it is.
Yep.
But for $450,000, you know how many panic attacks I've had I gotten paid nothing for?
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so I know what they're like. I'll put up for one, to get $450,000 large.
Oh, man. Let's talk about this guy in Nevada who was just arrested for carrying around. You see the strangest things sometimes, and this is definitely up there. He was just out on the streets with a bow and arrow, like those old school, like the Robin Hood type of bow and arrows.
Okay.
And yes, he was shooting at people with them, shooting arrows at passing cars. He hit a motorcyclist with one. It looks like the guy's going to be okay. But the police had to shut down the freeway to stop this guy. In fact, here's one witness talking about what she saw.
People are out of their cars running across the freeway, and he has a bow and arrow, and he has it pulled, and he's aiming it at cars as they pass by. He aimed it at our car as they pass by. At the Renaissance Fair, they have those big wooden, like the bows, like that, like Robin Hood.
Like Robin. Is this guy like a Renaissance Fair guy, or has he just got his hands on a bow and arrow?
Okay, first off, if you watch this video on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com, look, I know we shouldn't profile. I understand that profiling is a horrible thing. But if you see a picture of this dude, I think we profile him as a crazy person. You look at him and go,
I thought you said we profile him as a Robin Hood. And I'm like, he looks nothing like Robin Hood. BJ.
No, I mean, you see the look on his face and you go, you, sir, are not going to do good things looking like that. We're going to have you evaluated. He looks disturbed. He looks emotionally unstable.
He looks like he had a rough day.
Yeah, he looks like a supervillain.
Yeah.
I mean, if you said, okay, supervillains, let's take pictures. We're going to put you up in a rogues gallery for Batman. That guy looks like a Batman villain. He really does.
Hey, good weekend. Well, kind of. I guess, 2 out of 3 ain't bad when it comes to Seattle sports over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, Mariners, they won yesterday 7-2. They beat the Houston Astros, so they ended up winning 2 out of 3 over the weekend against the Houston Astros.
That's their first series
that
they've won, yeah.
Mariners are now 5-5 on the season, so they're turning it around.
Nice. That's very impressive against the team that everybody thinks is going to win the division, so I was very happy to see how the Mariners performed.
Somebody brought up a point. I didn't get to see any of the games this week. It was nuts. But someone said that the Houston Astros are using that technology with where you can call the pitches with like the wristband on the catcher or whatever it is, which everyone thought was pretty ironic and funny because they're the team that was caught stealing signs.
That's so true.
And they're the one using it. Like,
you're right, of all people.
Well, I mean, sign stealers, no sign stealers, so they didn't want to take the chance.
Yeah, they're like, look, you know what? We perfected that. We don't want you doing it against us now.
Over the weekend, the Sounders lost 1-0 or 1-0 to Miami, so that's the bummer news when it comes to Seattle sports. But then our Seattle Kraken taking on the New Jersey Devils on Saturday night. They win it in a shootout, which was awesome. It was a great game. I got to be there. That was a lot of fun. But the highlight, got to see Matty Beniers score his first goal in the NHL, and the place went freaking nuts.
Oh,
it was amazing.
Just the way he did it makes me think, if this is what this kid's going to bring, fighting through the defense like that.
Dude, he looked great out there the entire game. I mean, he just looks real comfortable out there. You could tell that the future's bright with this kid. And that means the future's bright with the Seattle Kraken. His family were there, so that was pretty cool that they got to witness that. But, man, even in the opening, when they were introducing the players for the starting lineup, which I thought it was cool that Coach Hackstall made it a point to put him on the starting lineup so he could get that pop from the crowd.
Yeah.
The place just went nuts. It was a fun feeling to be, like, a part of it, just to be like, okay, this fan base knows that this kid's special, and this is our future right here. And that was pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, I was really stoked. I love because I just feel like I see other teams score goals like that on us.
Oh, he just ran that puck in there.
Oh, yeah, dude. Man, was that awesome. Like, if that is what if that's the future with this kid, then we're going to see a lot of that where he is going to be a problem up front. Oh, man, I love that.
It was fun. It was a fun game to be at, that's for sure. And it was nice to see them win the game because we were just like, great, here we go to overtime.
Yeah.
It's going to go down the pooper like it always does.
Right? That's exactly a hockey term, too, I believe.
Yes. I think John Forsland even said that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Tonight they play at home. They're taking on the Ottawa Senators. So if you want to go see two teams struggling.
Yes.
That's the spirit.
Go for it. Hey, it's the battle for the lottery.
Pretty much. It's part of it. Mariners are playing tomorrow. They're not playing today. They're playing tomorrow. They're going to be taking on the Texas Rangers. So if you want to check that game out, have some fun with that. Mariners.
Yeah, let's hope, because, I feel like we should be able to beat the Rangers if we're a halfway decent team, so let's hope we keep it going.
How about the home opener, though? What did they win, like 11-1?
Yeah.
That was pretty sweet.
Yeah. And they lost to Justin Verlander. He's a good pitcher, so you can't really knock that.
Rucky, the mascot for the Seawolves, which I'm wearing their shirt today.
Go for it.
Ran to Rucky over at the Spring Fair in Puyallup recently with his family. It was really cool to see Rucky out there in the wild.
Ruckettes? You saw Rucky and the Ruckettes?
Rucky and the Ruckettes.
Nice.
According to him, he said they got a hard-fought win over San Diego, the rugby team, the Seawolves. They're still in the playoff hunt, 34-32, plus a surprise showing by former Seahawks player Doug Baldwin. He helped hype the crowd up at the start of the game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. As far as weather, 53 degrees. Say it's going to rain. Thanks to Kia of Puyallup for giving us a mix report, and that is what's up.
That's very, very cool.
Lots of great text, BJ, coming from people that were at the roast on Friday night. The roast of Steve Miggs.
My
goodness.
As one person said, it was really awesome to be at the roast of Sarah Shea. Good time, had a blast.
I know,
says the night was effing awesome. Thanks for a great show, and special thanks to Miggs for signing my sweater. Ran into the guy that had the Miggs number 40 Kraken jersey.
Oh, did you?
Well, I heard he was there, and then I didn't see him, and so I just walked the casino. I'm like, I'm bound to find him. Found him in the restaurant at the 12 Moons restaurant, and I just saw number 40 Miggs. I'm like, that's got to be the guy, unless there's multiple Miggses out there. So
that's cool you found him. I'm glad you did, dude, because, that's pretty sweet that he got that jersey.
Yeah, I would have been bummed if I didn't run into him. And we'll be playing highlights from the actual roast.
We will.
8:15.
What the hell can we play? What can we play?
I hope nothing from mine.
Dude, we haven't gotten all the audio yet. Luckily for you, Rev, that audio hasn't shown up just yet. So, dude, it's an uphill battle. Like I wouldn't say it's the highlights. It's the cleanest of the material that we can share.
Go.
And there's still a lot of bleeping that I'm putting into this of some of the roasters. It was a night that I don't think any of us, I'd say I'll never forget it, but I apparently forgot a lot of the bus ride back because Joe's like, hey, that sucked that we had to go around because of the bridge being closed. And I looked at him with no joke, looked at him and just said, wait a minute, the bridge was closed?
Yeah, we had to go across 520 and come back around and circle back around.
BJ, I was not aware of any of that.
No, you were...
there was one point where Ryan
Castle... You were having a great time. All I'm going to say is you were having a wonderful time.
Damn right I was.
There was a point where Castle was like, wait, isn't this just like a 5-minute bus ride? We've been on this for an extra 25 minutes. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not looking out the front.
No wonder I got home a lot later than I thought I was gonna.
Yeah.
I legit had no idea, BJ.
Yeah.
Well, you were in the back pumping the tunes.
Yep. Normally you go, wow, this is great. We get to take I-90, take a straight shot into the city, but they closed down I-90 westbound. Right from Mercer Island to whenever they opened it up on the other side. But yeah, you couldn't get through.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Sorry for that.
I missed that memo until this morning.
Yeah, well, you missed a lot, actually, on the bus ride home. But you were having a great time. You really were. You and D. Ted Smith. You guys were all having a blast.
J-Mac. Yeah, the back of the bus party is a little bit different than the front of the bus.
Yeah. Well, because I knew it was, I knew that I was getting off because, I also knew what was going to happen for you guys. And I thought, this is not a bad bus ride for you guys. You're going to get a little longer. It's going to be great. It's going to be longer than you expected, but the way you guys were having fun, I didn't think that would be a problem.
No, it was like as if the club just got extended a few extra hours.
Yeah. I had a moment of panic when I realized, hey, wait, we're traveling south. Are we going to Puyallup? No, my car's up here. Wait. And then I realized that we were still on the other side of the building.
Going back to the casino, Rev.
Oh, man. It's like, no, I just want to go home. It was a fun night, but I want to go home.
I forgot my cookies. We had to go back.
That's what it was. Oh, man. Great night. The Rockaholics were great. And, like Steve said, we will have some clean highlights because really there wasn't much clean about the roast. Wow.
We'll have some moments, but man, I think I went to go on for like a lot longer than we planned. I think we thought it was going to be like an hour and a half. I think the roast went 3 hours.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
I kept telling Ryan, he's like, you all said, I can't really do much material, Ryan. You don't understand. I know how these things go. I will not do much because it's going to go long.
Dude,
and
I know at one point I didn't want to play on my phone because we're all up on the stage. So I'm like, in the moment. But at one point I was just like, man, I wonder how time it is. Because I was having my face hurt from laughing so hard. Everybody did such a great job. Everyone was awesome. And I pull out of my pocket and it says, I look and I'm like, it's 9:30. We were supposed to be done at 9 and we're not even close to the end.
Not even.
Nope.
And I looked at Thrill and I go, it's 9:30. And he just looks at me and goes, F it. I was like, all right, I don't care.
There you go.
I'm having fun. It seemed like the crowd was having a good time, so I don't.
Yeah, the crowd was fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, they made us feel like we were rock stars doing the best roast ever. So the Rockaholics were amazing. So and I was so proud of everybody. You're right, Steve. Everybody killed it. I was like, they really brought it with great jokes.
I got nervous for a second for Joe because they were your son and your daughter were the first to go, and I could tell at first you got kind of overwhelmed. And then, you pulled it together and you were great. But it was at one point, I'm like, oh boy, this is not going to go well.
Oh, dude, I definitely was a little struck at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I had also written in a joke right at the beginning for Sarah in pen. And in my jacket, it was so hot up there. The ink ran everywhere and I couldn't read it.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I had this moment of panic and I was like, what am I doing? Just go with it. And then I just, brought it back together and it was great.
Oh, yeah, you guys crushed it. It was so much fun.
Oh wow, yeah. I wonder what happened up there, Joe. Yeah, things happen in life, man. When you're doing it, you're all set and everything. So I was really proud of everybody because some folks had never done anything like that before that worked for us.
I'd say 95% of the people up on that stage, have never done any kind of stand up performance in front of a crowd.
And I had never done a roast, which Craig, talked to me. He said, it's, a roast is different than just doing regular comedy. And he's right about that. Mm-hmm. So, it was fantastic. A really awesome time. Man, that was a lot of fun.
And I think I proved my point. Steve Meigs, unroastable.
Did you, though? Did you really prove that?
I don't know, man. I feel like it was I agree with the texter, man. Your daughter got it.
Oh, yeah, she got it so bad.
Yeah, it was pretty unbelievable.
All funny and all harmless, but she definitely got it the worst.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks forgot it was the roast of Steve Meigs. So now I think...
You kept trying to remind everybody.
Did. Yeah, I really did. So what we have to do is have a roast of, Sarah, then maybe finally people will roast Steve. Maybe that'll happen.
Everyone was roasting Sarah, and every time BJ was in between everyone to introduce, you were hosting it, and every time you were reminding all the roasters, remember, the roast is not of my daughter.
Oh, it was a beating. I'm like,
still.
Okay, then. I don't think people got the memo. There were signs everywhere, but okay.
When Craig Gass went up there and did jokes about Sarah, after about the third one, all I kept hearing from Walter Jones was, Jesus.
Yeah, Big Walt was like, wow.
Walt was cracking up the entire time.
I know. It was so great to have him there. He was fantastic.
He did great on his roast as well.
Yeah. And that to me was really special. I mean, really the best to ever do it. Arguably one of the greatest Seahawk of all time. And to have him hang with us and be there with us and just be as great of a guy as he always is to us was just wonderful.
And the great stuff. So it said Taryn and Mike murdered on the roast. I think Taryn and Mike were Mike Hawk from the Metro. They at one point Taryn had a moment where she was just riffing, and I mean a lot of it we could not air, but she was riffing to the point where the crowd just erupted, and it was awesome.
You're absolutely right, dude. I'm so proud of both of them because they were both nervous, as you would be, and they both went up there like pros. And that was what, I really felt like a dad, proud of all my kids up there doing well, where I was so nervous for them.
And I'm proud to say that I did a puppet show for my roast.
That was hysterical. That was hysterical.
The best way you could possibly cap off the night.
Craig Gass says, I've done a lot of roasts. None ended more brilliantly than what you did up there on stage. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, that was it. Unfortunately, pretty much unairable, the puppet show.
Someone even beforehand goes to me and says, hey, you guys going to curse up there? I'm like, yeah. And this woman says, I hope you guys are going to use the C word. And I'm like, oh, you just wait. Because my entire puppet show, the C word was every other word.
Oh, it was ridiculous.
The puppet had a very foul mouth.
Yeah, this is a dirty mouth puppet, man.
Yeah,
he was a cranky old F.
Yeah, he was. He was crankier than me, and that's hard to do. But
I think he called you a effing old C word.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did. He was,
at least once.
I didn't say anything bad about you, BJ.
No, not at all.
It was amazing. Yeah, you took the high road for the entire roast. I couldn't believe it.
I chose not to roast anyone. It was the damn puppet that did.
Yeah, the puppet's the one that,
Richard Johnson, man. That puppet is out there.
Good old Dick Johnson.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, he was a great guy. On Friday, he did get this one wrong.
In the 1890s, what type of cheese did a California man named David Jacks introduce?
Swiss.
No.
American.
No.
From under.
No.
Gouda?
No.
Oh.
The first Dunkin' Donut.
Goat.
No.
Pepper Jack.
No.
Oh, his name's Jack.
Well, again.
And you were right. The name Jack really figured into it, but California, why didn't I suss out that it was Monterey Jack?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Because you're stupid. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. You want a shot at Beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We'll play Beat Miggs at 6:50 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.